Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. Let us start off here with our 500 millibar chart. Again, we do have some pretty straight flow here at the start of the time period, which is now. As we head into this evening, we do see a little trough feature develop off to our west. And as we head through the overnight hours and into tomorrow morning, it becomes a little more apparent. And we even have a jet associated with this. In fact, it almost looks like we have two kind of jets here. But regardless, we are, as we head into, right around afternoon, right around the transition from morning to afternoon tomorrow, we are pretty much right in that left exit region of this jet. And we do still have the trough feature really moving right over our area. And it looks like we even have another one kind of up in here over the Dakotas and Minnesota. Though that one, as we head into tomorrow evening and into tomorrow night, looks like it may mainly be to our north, although you do see a little bit of its influence all the way down here too. Point is that we are likely going to be seeing some precipitation over the next few days, judging from the 500 millibar pattern. Jumping down to the 850 millibar level, which is closer to the surface, we can see this first system a lot more clearly. There's definitely a defined trough feature kind of all the way down from the north to the south in the middle part of the country, and it certainly makes its way over to us. Again, the wind speed, the winds aloft associated with this trough are not quite nosing their way into our area, but we are more than certainly going to be feeling the effects of this, especially with whatever low pressure system develops at the surface. And it does appear that maybe there is a low pressure system off the image here to the north in Canada that may be associated with that secondary system, but that is not exactly clear at this time. So now if we jump down to the surface and go to about now, we do see an area of low pressure here over South Dakota and Nebraska. And that does definitely make its way closer to our area. And kind of as expected, we have a warm frontal feature right on the eastern portion of that. And kind of like a weaker cold front on the back side of it. Now, as the warm front starts to get close to our location, again, around that transition from morning to afternoon tomorrow, we again are likely to be looking at precipitation from that as the front provides lift for convection to develop, same with the upper atmospheric trough. And given the temperatures, let's actually zoom in to get a better idea of those. The temperatures here are going to be above 30, and we are much closer to the 35 contour here than to the 31. So we are probably going to be just above freezing, which means that precipitation is likely going to be manifesting in the form of rain. Of course, if the temperature does trend a little bit colder, then maybe we have to worry about something that's not rain, or at least not just rain, but at this time it looks like it's just going to be some good old-fashioned rain. Now let's take a step back and look at our highs and lows. Of course, tomorrow you kind of have an idea of what the highs are going to be already, but today it looks like our highs are actually going to be pretty similar. We are going to be probably in the close to the lower mid-30s. As we head through tonight, it's really not going to cool off that much. Maybe we dip down into the low 30s. And then, of course, tomorrow, again, it looks like we're going to get close to the lower mid-30 mark, 34 maybe. And then as we head through tomorrow night and into Wednesday morning, it's not going to get much colder. We're still going to be in the low 30s, although it looks like the 30 contour, with the blue being below 30, is starting to make its way a little bit closer towards the area. So maybe we may have some cooling that is going to be going on Wednesday, perhaps. Now, of course, it is possible that something happens and some more warmer air starts to make its way into the area on Wednesday. So saying that it looks like it's going to be colder for sure is not entirely truthful. But just given the information we're working with here, it does seem like that may be the case. However, the official forecasts do have some warmer temperatures on Wednesday, so I am wondering if something is going to happen beyond the morning time frame that is going to make that change occur. My guess would be that it's related to that secondary system that we saw on the 500 millibar chart. If we zoom back out, yeah, this kind of system here coming through, maybe it'll create some kind of low pressure system somewhere that may bring up some warm air pretty much right after the end of the period, but we'll see. We will keep an eye on that and see. For now, let's move on to precipitation and take a look at what exactly we're, expecting to see. Nothing really through this afternoon and into tomorrow morning, or early tomorrow morning, I should say, like overnight, like 2, 3 a.m. But as we head into the part of the morning where you may be waking up for your early morning commute around 7 a.m., we do see some precipitation start to move into the area. It looks mainly like rain, although it does look like there is a little bit of freezing rain that might be mixed in. But for the most part, it does just look like rain. And it looks like the majority of the rain will come from, again, around 7 p.m., or not p.m., a.m., and start to move out in the afternoon. Maybe you still have some lingering showers in the afternoon, and it looks like for the most part it should be out by evening. Again, maybe some lingering showers overnight, but the majority of the precipitation should be moving out by evening. And then as we head through Wednesday, or through Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, man, my brain is all kind of scattered. My brain is all kinds of scattered today. Let's unscatter my brain a little bit, or try to, by looking at cloud cover, our favorite. It's cloudy right now. Who could have guessed? And this does pretty well reflect that. And it looks like as we head through this afternoon, this evening, and overnight, it will remain cloudy. Maybe right before that rain starts to... Well, actually, it's already... Actually, no, this is right before. Right before that rain starts to set in, maybe we get a little bit of a break in the clouds. It really doesn't look like it, but maybe, just maybe. And then, of course, it gets cloudy again, because, rain. And it looks like it will remain cloudy until maybe later in Wednesday. It looks like we might start to have some clearing going on back here, but even then, it's not much clearing. And it is a low-level cloud, so maybe you get the sun poking through here or there, but it's still looking like a pretty cloudy period. Finally, let's take a look at some wind, shall we? This is the hourly maximum wind averaged across all the models. So this is the strongest winds we should feel, sustained. And through this afternoon, at most, we'll probably be looking at around 10 to 15 miles per hour, but realistically, we'll probably be a little bit below that mark. This evening and into the overnight and even into Tuesday morning, the winds will be calm, at least the sustained winds. Maybe we have just a little bit of a little nudge of winds as we head into tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night into Wednesday morning, but even then, that's really not much wind at all. Like, you may not even notice it, especially with all the trees we have around blocking some of that wind out. Now, let's take a look at our average wind gusts. That's probably going to be a little bit of a different story. We do kind of have a peak, or the wind is starting to move out of the area right now. Right now, the gusts are probably 15 or so miles per hour, and they will move out of the area pretty much by evening time. And again, overnight looks pretty calm. As we head into the morning, we do see a little bit of wind start to build its way back in, but really not much. Again, really not noticeable. Your strongest gusts are going to be maybe 15 miles per hour tomorrow, or at least tomorrow morning. As we head into the afternoon, it's pretty much roughly the same story. Of course, closer to the Detroit area, you might get some 20-mile-an-hour gusts. Ooh, crazy, I know. And then as you head into tomorrow night and Wednesday morning, maybe even we start to get in on 20-mile-per-hour action. And then right as we head into Wednesday morning, it starts to dissipate a bit. So really not looking like much of a windy period whatsoever. That's all I have for today. I apologize for my scattered brainness, especially with some of the timing today. And I hope to see you with a clearer brain tomorrow.